Welcome back to Creepy and Kooky vlog, because I'm not in Cali right now. I'm in Denver, Colorado. I'm Lauren-Blair, Donovan, as always, and we got Lady Grimaldi in her new carrying case, and I have my good, close, personal friend Jim of over a decade. Hi.
Hi.
And this is fun. I used to live in Denver, if you didn't know, so I'm visiting with friends on my pilgrimage to the East Coast for the winter, and we are at Fairmount Cemetery. We're not going to be searching for any particular graves. I think there's some like Colorado and Denver famous people, but I don't personally know who they are. And
no idea.
Yeah. So we're just going to cruise and see what like non-California cemeteries have to offer. Hi, it's Blair from the future, just interrupting really fast to quickly explain my absence and what to expect with the series going forward. Because I've had a little bit of an absence for, over a year, and there's going to be some changes, so bear with me really fast. I filmed this episode in November of 2023, and the next episode I also filmed in November of 2023. And I thought I was moving to Atlanta for just a few months. I'm still here, and I don't like it. Another story for another time. But I've been very sick pretty much the entire time I've been here, which is why I know I haven't posted a Creepy and Kooky video in over a year, but it's why I've seldom had even other videos on this channel. And I kept underestimating how well I was healing and thought I'd be back, and then something else would happen. My TikTok, my Creepy and Kooky one at least, it's been a little hit or miss. It's just been a very overwhelming time in my life, but luckily things are going enough better that I'm like at least releasing this episode, and I do have another one coming. And I'm getting to the point where I've been getting the itch to kind of get back to parts of my old life, and I have the capacity to do that, which is really exciting. Depending on the day, I've also gained between 15 and 20 pounds. My chronic nervous system dysregulation, where I could not feel my appetite, kind of ruined my life and my health, and that's it's not the entire piece of the puzzle, but it's a big piece of the puzzle about what's going on. So now that I'm trending back upwards and have nutrients in my system and all that stuff, calories to burn, things like that, I'm doing a little better. For context, I was told in August of 2024 that if I did not get better, I would end up in a grave myself, basically. And so, yeah, I've been figuring it out. Anywho, this episode and the next episode are a little bit different, and frankly, I think until I get back to LA, these episodes are just going to be a little bit different. This episode has a friend, my friend Jim. There's no famous graves. There's some Denver famous people that we find, but there's no like nationally, let alone internationally famous graves. And then the next episode, it's going to be a shorter episode because there's really only one internment. It was like a small, I think like family cemetery. So please subscribe. I'm going to release that next month, but I'm the only one in the episode. I had a friend, but she did not want to be on camera. So it's just me kind of tooling around, and she's holding the camera for me. And with the future Atlanta episodes, for the most part, I'm going to be by myself. I have not found a lot of people who are comfortable being on camera. I haven't even made a ton of what I would call real friends because I've just been so underwater my entire time in Atlanta. I also don't think I fit in Atlanta, but that's a different story for another time. There's some possibilities of people who might. There are people who are into graves that live around here who I do know, so maybe, but they've been mixed about if they want to be on camera, so I don't know. So I think in the future, I'm just going to be getting a little more existential. I'm going to be still looking for famous graves. There's definitely a bunch in Atlanta, but there's just, with everything I've been going through with my health and complex PTSD and unpacking even more about the death of my parents and the nature of life and how unfair it is, there's just other things that I kind of want to talk about. And so the fact that I don't really have a lot of co-stars going forward until I get back to LA, I think is actually meaningful and serendipitous, because there's parts of the series that I kind of wanted to enhance or upgrade or change. And maybe this is a good opportunity to just kind of set a different tone so it becomes like a richer, more layered kind of show. Also, I've been very dysregulated the entire time I've been doing the Creepy and Kooky. I didn't know the extent of what was going on with me, but yeah, the entire time of doing this show, I had a lot going on. I was so dysregulated, so anxious. There was a lot going on behind the scenes, and I think I'm going to be a better host also going in, because I didn't have a lot of bandwidth or presence, and I feel like I interrupted a lot. I feel like I just could have done a lot of things better. So if you've been with me so far, thank you for sticking through. Genuinely, it's no small feat. The channel has never been consistent. I'm hoping it will be from here on out. I'm aiming for once a month, creepy and kooky, and obviously there's other content on this channel as well. Please check it out if you haven't. But I super appreciate you guys holding your horses for me. And if you're new to the channel, I think the best is yet to come, so welcome and please subscribe. I'll let you guys get back to the episode now. It just felt remiss to not kind of pop in and be like, yeah, I know, I've been MIA, let's talk about it. I thought I'd maybe film an episode sort of talking about my absence, and that may still come, but I just haven't had time to film it, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting anymore. So without further ado, here's the episode. This is a special one for me because I used to be a part of a comedy project, I guess like 7 years ago, and we did a photo shoot here. It was tasteful, I promise, and it reinvigorated my love of cemeteries because I liked cemeteries as a kid and then kind of grew up to be more normal and then stopped suppressing the normalness, and now I'm like just a full-blown weird creepy adult. So thank you for indulging me.
All right, what do you want to see first?
Let's check out this mausoleum in back of us because
it's big.
Yeah, and I like mausoleums, so we'll be back in a flash.
Right.
This is like, feels like the East Coast almost. It's like in Washington or like Philly or Boston.
It's like a memorial building. Or
Right,
like
right.
Government building.
Yep. But nope, it's dead bodies. So let's check it out.
Get up the steps with altitude.
Jim's referring to how I've been having trouble taking a deep breath the whole 3 days I've been here, and I'm just not used to the altitude. So we're about to hit these steps. Call me Rocky Balboa if you must. We're gonna see how this goes because I'm already winded and it's flat, so. And it's got a fancy door. I've never seen a door like this for a mausoleum. It's kind of cool. They don't have the dates of when they passed, just their names. There's one space left. Huh. Interesting. Oh my God, look at the windows up there. And then there's church chimes. This is pretty elaborate. Huh. This is so dark. Like, why is there, the lights are off on this one, but also this one over here. Actually, all of them. Do they turn them on at night? Like, that's so weird. I think, does this have a light, the Bonvilles, or was it just like, do they have a skylight? I'm curious. Oh, the light? No, it's a light. Right, they're special, they get lit up.
This is like a window in the back, so it kind of looks like maybe originally they had.
What was that, sorry?
Maybe, like, they have the windows, so maybe originally they had a skylight back there.
Maybe. Yeah, huh. They got it downstairs too.
Yeah.
Got cremation niches. This is really fancy. This feels almost like, oh wow, look at this elaborate bathroom. That's unusual for a cemetery, trust me. They're not usually that big. Yeah. Ends too. This feels like so similar to some LA mausoleums, but it's just different enough. And I can't put my finger on exactly why. I think it's like the velvet red carpet, or I don't know, it's like, oh, let's go over here. It's cold in here. It's the coldest mausoleum I've been in.
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like it's not surprising that they have a cold mausoleum. Because, like, they're not gonna freeze.
Well, it's better if they do. But like, mausoleums are not always this cold, so. And it's not that cold today. I mean, it was cold this morning, but
Yeah.
it's fine. These are all pretty. It's pretty. This is so official and like stately. It's like, I've been to a few like this, but it's different too. Jim pointed out that even their folding chairs are fancy, and that's completely accurate. So Jim was pointing out these are some old graves, born in 1864 up there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Very bright stained glass. I got a question for you, Jim. So you're originally from Colorado, and like I'm from the East Coast, where like there's graves from like the 1700s, if not beforehand. And I had this conversation a lot in California. Like, is it weird to see like these really old graves? Have you like seen older ones? I know you're also very well traveled. Like, what's your take on like when you see someone from that many generations?
From the 1800s?
Yeah.
It doesn't, I feel like it might be around when the cemetery was built, but it's not. I know there's older establishments in Colorado.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Because Colorado's been or Denver at least has been around a long time, so.
It has, but it was also so small.
Yeah, but that's when they built stuff like
Yeah,
this.
it's true. It's wild. I'm curious to see other headstones like outside too and see how old
some of those ones are.
Yeah, because with like LA, it's largely like you'll have some people like I saw William Frawley, who was like Fred from I Love Lucy, and my guest Winston and I were like shocked that he was born in the 1800s. It was like 1887, I think, and we're like, whoa. So it's like you'll see that sometimes, but it's so rare to see a grave where they died before the 1950s. Like not impossible, but so much of those cemeteries are so new or like newer.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the people that were born in like the early 1900s, they're like our grandparents' age, so they're not that far. Distanced out.
It's just I think with like another turn of the century happening like in our lifetime, it like skews the passing of time a little bit, and it's like, oh, my 1800s, but I know better. I'm from the East Coast, but you know, I don't know. You've been to Europe a lot, but you haven't been to graveyards there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that has the East Coast beat, fair enough. By a lot. This is kind of interesting to me because I didn't know how old cremation niches are, but these are from like trying to get the camera to not glare, like the 1960s and 50s.
Yeah.
I thought cremation.
These ones are made into books.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
You were admiring this one, this Colorado one. I had no idea because there wasn't a cremation niches where I grew up, I don't think, so I just assumed that they were newer, or like a California put your life on display thing. Some people put like photos and others, not just like making into books or cool urns. Huh. This really is an older cemetery. It's like, there's a lot of 1800s borns, and a lot of people died in the 50s through the 70s, although here's a new one, 1928 to 22.
Last year.
Yeah. Probably with his parents or something. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because he's 1928, so.
Yeah. This is cool, his medals.
Yeah, that's a pretty box too.
Yeah, it's nice. They're all very well thought out. Like this family clearly had similar taste or picked like a vibe, but did slight differentiations. Huh. Bernadine. It's a name you don't hear anymore. Just see if there's anything cool downstairs. I can deal with the altitude going down.
Probably make it back.
Oh, shoot. Maybe we'll find an elevator. They sometimes have those.
Either that or we'll find an empty slot to leave in.
How nice of you. This is cool, aerial view. Oops, someone got a flag tall up. That was an unsettling surprise.
It's a giant one. It's not even like on the hour yet. So.
Cool. So it's. This is kind of interesting because it seems like it's just more of the same, but it's not. Like sometimes when there's different levels, there's different features, or they have different decorations or colors. But this feels like the same. I've only seen this once, the white, just in what's the word I'm looking for, is sketched in. It's like a clear tattoo almost, you know? And they're never in well-lit mausoleums. So I'm like, guys, let's get some different lights in here. This one's like a foyer, like someone's trophy room.
Yeah, it does.
Some classy urns in this place.
There's some above too.
Oh, that's so cool. See, again, the tattoo thing, I almost missed that. This is a more well-lit room, though. Cool chandelier-y thing.
Yeah.
Can't even hold that. Oh, I see. Oh, mother. I wonder if that's just in memoriam or if she's like in here.
Good question.
I love it when they have a photo. You get a sense of like who they were. Like all an old-timey hangout photo. Another one. It's cool. Oh, Misfits. Yep. Oh. I died 10 years ago. He died around the time we met. He liked Winnie the Pooh and the Misfits. I understand who you were, Andrew. Nice to meet you. We may have been friends. Huh. That's cool. That's cool. This is interesting. So this is big ass family mausoleum, I think.
It looks like 3 separate ones.
Yeah. Oh, I think you're right. Yeah. Huh. So it's a triplex.
Yeah. Well, and Buell is like the Buell Theater downtown.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think so. I don't know. Good back.
Probably. I can look that up. You can't even see it at all. So we were talking a little bit walking up to here, and you were asking some like kind of valid questions. You want to share with the class?
Share with the class. Yeah. I mean, I guess, how do people decide if they want to be in a mausoleum or if they want to have their own family crypt erected, and what the decision goes into that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's not a one-size-fits-all answer, but I don't have a good answer either. You know, it's just probably depending on the family, but you have to wonder if I would assume that like the husband or dad of the house made the decision, because these are all very old, so like patriarchy.
Right.
But then it's like, did the rest of the family or the siblings of the people or grandchildren, like, because eventually they either run out of space or they don't. Because I've seen a few where there's only a few in there, and then they have several kind of still
Just planned ahead.
Yeah, but then they didn't use them clearly, because like the last internments are from like the 50s.
Right.
And you're
well, I mean,
did they move? Did they?
Or they just haven't died yet.
Maybe in some cases, but also sometimes people are like, no, I want to be cremated, or no, I want to be spread at sea, or like.
Or just a family falling out.
That too. Or their in-laws want something else, or.
Oh yeah, people marry people off and your new family.
Whatever the dowry arrangement is. Do you have a preference of where you'd like to go, like when you're dead and I was gonna say buried, but maybe you don't want to be buried.
No, I haven't really thought about it. I don't want it to be something that's like a financial burden for my family left over.
Right.
And also I'll be dead, so I don't really, it's not going to bother me too much.
You're not going to be haunting them from the afterlife.
Well, I mean, I'll do that no matter where, where the body went. But
even if it's exactly what you want, so
yes,
it's still going
exactly.
to haunt you. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I'll come terrorize you.
That'd be great. Like he was telling me, like, if I get haunted, I'm gonna haunt you, and I'm like, but then I get to take you with me everywhere. Like that'll be fun.
That was probably your secret plan.
Yep, I'm hoping he gets haunted, dies, which will sound sad, but it's not, because then he'll come haunt me, and he can be my ghost friend until I die. I don't think ghosts kill people in hauntings unless they scare someone enough to like jump off a bridge or something. Fair. I've never heard of like death by ghost.
Yes, that is not a legal death term.
I'm sure there's some people protesting that or wanting to put it on some like bill to vote on. Like, do you remember like I think it was like 10 years ago there was on the Colorado voters whatever there was an amendment that was vetoed, but it was like or voted against, but it was like, should we have an alien welcome center?
Oh no, I don't remember that. But I could see that being a thing that people would vote for.
Yep, I did, and so did I wanted to, and so did a few of my friends. But then we were like, wait, we'd have to spend taxpayer dollars to like actually,
build it.
Yeah, so we had to vote no, and not just be ironic millennials. Like, by the way, we just saw a biker bike by, like a bicyclist. And that's the second or third I've seen in the whopping 20 minutes since we've been here. And like, I've never seen that at any other cemetery. It's such a Colorado thing to just bike through.
Bike through it?
Yeah, bike through anything. I've never thought in a cemetery, but.
There's a lot of paths through here. So I'm wondering if they just use it as an like bike path to like exercise on, because there's not.
I would imagine.
I don't think there's that many in this neighborhood specifically, but.
It's possible, and it takes up like a good couple blocks of like city space, so it makes sense to do a shortcut because there's a couple entrances. But Colorado is a very fit state in theory. I mean, like it's changing a little bit, but it's still pretty outdoorsy. And if you go to Red Rocks, like the concert venue, you have people working out all day every day until
the concert.
Yeah. So everything's multifaceted, including cemeteries. I learned something new today. The resident cemetery expert. I'm like, oh, people work out here. Cool. That works. Jim was wondering if this was going to be a bench, and continues her.
Well, because it's got the name on it, so I'm wondering if it's the person that's in there or if that's the memorial for the doctor.
It's probably the memorial for the last names don't. Oh, they do match. Yes, they do. Okay.
Yeah, because it's the wife of.
Oops, sorry. This tripod, this little selfie stick keeps moving. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a bench to mourn. That would be my guess. Yeah, because sometimes I've seen a couple benches. One has dogs all over it.
Okay.
I'll find the photo. It's kind of cute. I think stuff like this is kind of nice. It's like, yeah, you can just kind of sit, mourn, take a break from biking, apparently. Oh, there's a donkey in the cemetery. Maybe you could have walked around. Maybe Denver is a little more dog friendly, so maybe they don't. Well, not with like indoor stuff, but with outdoor stuff. So maybe Grim could have been walking around here. This is an interesting cemetery to me. It's like they have so many different types of uprights. They have like a bunch of Washington Memorial monuments. We'll get there when we get there. They have a bunch of the classic ones. Over here they have these slabs. They have a name, but I forget what they are. It's like in a zombie apocalypse, they're never coming out. It's like protection. They have a name. I wish I remembered what it was. They got the family mausoleums. A bunch are over there.
So would you want to get buried in one of these so you're not a zombie?
Yeah, but it would suck to be a zombie and be trying to escape too.
But would you even know? Like,
I don't know. I mean, how aware are zombies? Are they just programmed to eat brains, or do they have consciousness, or it's like a robot, brain-eating robot, or?
I think they just eat the brains.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of effort. I'm just saying I'd like an easier to get out to eat brains. I think I'd rather like
just live it.
Or like get out with ease, you know?
So would you have the strength to get out anyway?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe not out of one of these, but
yeah, I don't know. Sounds hard. But yeah, this is clearly a family section. Also died kind of a while ago, for the most part. 40s, he was in the 80s. 50s. 50s. Yeah.
Well, that one's one of them too. She just doesn't have that.
Oh yeah. She wanted to escape with these, like I'm kind of leaning towards, yeah. See, and then you got some flat graves.
Oh, and that one's one
Oh,
of
this
them
is a
too.
whole
So I'm wondering if
section.
that one is. That must be like somebody's wife.
Yeah. Huh. Pretty wild. No grave robbing here. You gotta dig up the bushes.
Excavate.
So wild. That's like, who knows what animals have made like their own kingdom underneath there.
Maybe that was the point.
Maybe.
Animal sanctuary.
Yeah, that's nice. I like it. And it's like a
Big
tree too.
behind
Really big tree. These are tiny. There's some bigger ones, but there's a lot of like Washington monuments.
I
in
wouldn't
this
say
one.
that's tiny. It's like
I mean, it's big for a grave,
it's a good size.
but there's bigger ones. Like we passed them when we were driving.
But it doesn't sound like he's like trying to make up for something.
No, but like this guy by Yellow Tree over here, that's pretty tall.
Yeah. Sounds like you care a lot about the size.
Size queen. If you were to have a grave and like go that direction, would you want it to be classy, flat, ornate, Gothic, Washington Monument?
Well, obviously I'm a classy lady, so it would be classy.
Nice.
Maybe do mausoleum, so it's classy on the outside, and then you get inside, and it's really ridiculous.
That'd be fun. This one's an old one because he died there. She died in 1906. One of the earlier graves. We've seen a lot of like born in the 1800s, but a lot haven't died till like a couple decades into the 20th.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a slightly bubbled.
Yeah, hard to read though. I think this is over here.
That's gotta be like a family one though. Like,
I would agree, yeah. They got a statue of an angel and everything. Sunbeams hitting it perfectly. Hello. There's some angels in California and other religious imagery, because of course there is, but I feel like other parts of the country maybe more so. But we'll find out as I travel around.
these are pretty. That one's sad.
Oof. What's that? They are also not getting out in the event of a zombie apocalypse. This one's interesting because it has slots, but it's gated.
Where's Henry?
That's the thing though, sometimes people get remarried, you know, and get buried elsewhere. The spouse buries them elsewhere if they go first. There's a lot of questions in death, I feel like, when it comes to like people agreeing to do one thing while they're all alive and then plans change. Whew. Well, that does it today for Fairmount. How did you like this cemetery?
It was a good experience. I wouldn't necessarily come to a cemetery on my own.
He has friends who are weird.
That is true.
But no, you were saying.
But quality time.
Yeah.
Quality time with my dear friend.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't kicking and screaming. I do appreciate you doing it. Because, yeah, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. And you're better than some of my LA friends. Some of my LA friends who loved me on camera actually told me point blank no.
Oh, were they scared?
I think so. Or just afraid of saying the wrong thing, which, like, I got you. Like, no one's going to say anything bad, and if you do, I'll edit it out. You know, but I've literally never had to do that.
Fair.
So, thank you. I appreciate you hearing me.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you understood that if we saw a zombie or something, I'd shove you in the way and run.
Yeah, I understood the
it's your
assignment. I
fault.
understand the nature of our friendship. Yeah. We know each other since the fall of 2013, so, you know. We're close. I get it. But no, I appreciate it. And you have a fun Instagram, though, where you do silly bits and stuff.
Yeah, my fun bitty Instagram is at Gimme Jimmy
Yep. I'll put it in the credits.
Put it in the credits.
Yep, I will do that, and it's fun. I enjoy it. I think he's funny. I tend to only be friends with funny people.
Oh, good. I'm glad you approve. That makes one.
Yep. No, you do okay though. But so yeah, this was like, an interesting experimental episode, because besides some of the we believe to be Colorado famous people, who I didn't really have a strong association with because I didn't grow up here. Like it's just kind of a cruising around the cemetery thing. We're not looking for anyone specific. The next time I'm going to be in Knoxville, and I'm going to find the grave of Brad Renfro, the 90s child actor and teen heartthrob. And then in Atlanta, as well as I think I'm going to be in Savannah at some point. There are some, maybe not in Savannah, but in Atlanta there's a lot of famous interments. So this may be a one-off, but also I might travel a little bit after Atlanta, so maybe I'll hit up some other cemeteries with less known interments. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll see how that future looks for going to cemeteries like this. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Follow both of us on social media. I'll put it in the credits, and stay alive until next time.